The search continues for Gary the Rockstar Gable, looking for Liam Cullen the last couple of weeks here on DCW Synergy. But as they say, the beat must go on.
This opening contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, wrestling out of Citronelle, Alabama, he is the Kid.
And speaking of Gary the Rockstar Gable, here comes the Rockstar's young protege, the Kid. One of the biggest upstarts, Matt, in our new junior heavyweight division.
That's right, Rob. You know, the fans here, they're really behind the Kid. They've been following his career since the first time he stepped foot in this ring, and really looking forward to see what he can do in this night.
One of the youngest athletes on the DCW roster and one of the biggest hearts to boot. And he's got quite the competition ahead of him in our opening contest this week on Synergy.
And his opponent, now residing in Bel Air, California, he is Playboy Brian Baudelaire.
The last time we saw Playboy Brian Baudelaire was at our last pay-per-view, Mardi Gras Madness, where he took on the now new DCW Junior Heavyweight Champion John Taylor, and it was quite a coming out party for Brian Baudelaire. A lot of the people that did not know just how talented this young man is absolutely found out on that night, Matt.
That's right, Rob. You know, Brian Baudelaire is someone that I've had the pleasure of talking to quite a bit over the last few weeks, and he really felt held back by the hidden gems. He's really looking forward to getting out there on his own, making a name for himself, and seeing what he can do in the light heavyweight division.
And he's definitely got a lot of confidence, but seems to be doing things the right way, turning over a new leaf after parting ways and dissolving the hidden gems, and now singles competition in our junior heavyweight division. Collar and elbow tie-up to start things off between these two young athletes.
You know, these two guys are very familiar with each other. I wouldn't say that they are friends or even friendly by any means, but both have trained at the Diamond Mine. They have seen each other work out. They're pretty aware of each other's moves, and I'm sure that both of them have studied each other and are prepared for this match.
Definitely helps the scouting report whenever you see each other at training on a regular basis, and that's definitely the case with a lot of the competitors here at DCW, a lot of trainees of the Diamond Mine Academy. Great waist lock for Brian Baudelaire, but look at the Kid just using that momentum, throwing Baudelaire to the opposite side of the ring. Both men sizing each other up once again. Like Baudelaire was wanting another handshake, but the Kid not having any of it, and instead Baudelaire dropping the Kid face first on the mat, and he's got a crossface applied right now. Got to be careful getting under the chin. Got to be careful to not get an illegal chokehold applied. You can see the Kid scratching and clawing, trying to get to that bottom rope, but he is a long way from there.
Well, this is definitely not the place where the Kid wants to be. I mean, those two men together, they're probably about the same height. You know, Brian Baudelaire's maybe a little bit heavier than the Kid, but about the same speed. But I would certainly say of the two, Brian Baudelaire definitely has more strength.
Brian he's got a lot of strength, and he's got that big match experience now, unsuccessfully challenging for that junior heavyweight championship. But as we say that, the Kid turning things around pretty quickly.
Well, that's what I was about to say, Rob. Anytime the Kid can stay on top of Baudelaire and use his quickness and speed or use a leverage advantage, then he'll be able to put up a good fight.
And he's sitting under that learning tree of Gary the Rockstar Gable. Looks like he's definitely picking up a few tricks. Brian Baudelaire shots to the midsection, shoots Kid off into the ropes, and look at the huge power slam. Hooks the outside leg for the cover, but just a 2 count. And you talked about that little bit of extra size that Baudelaire's got, and he used it to great advantage right there, hooking the Kid for that power slam. Now Baudelaire into the corner, throwing some big right hands to the forehead of the Kid. Irish whip, opposite side of the ring. Baudelaire with a huge arm drag out of the corner. Goes for another one, and that's a hell of a lot of momentum charging in for those arm drags.
Yeah, Brian Baudelaire is just having his way with the Kid right now.
Brian Baudelaire Just wrenching tighter and tighter on that shoulder of the kid, and the kid's starting to writhe in pain. Still right in the center of the ring, and that's one thing that I've definitely got to give to Brian Baudelaire, that ring awareness, keeping the kid as far away from the ropes as possible in this match. Big headbutt connects for the kid. Irish whip. Here comes Baudelaire, sunset flip, but into the ropes. Great officiating. Oh my goodness.
Big kick from Brian Baudelaire.
Yeah, that super kick almost taking the head off of the kid. And now the kid in a bad spot right now as Baudelaire starts to size him up, charges in, but the kid out of the way just in time.
There's that quickness of the kid.
Throwing some heavy right hands right to the jaw of Brian Baudelaire from the kid. Kid takes a step back, charges in, and the flip out of the corner.
I have never seen that move from the kid before.
Now the kid hooking the inside leg, but just a 2. And you've seen, I mean, you're obviously in the back a lot of these shows, Matt. You've got to see the growth of both of these competitors firsthand. I think we're seeing a complete difference in what we saw several months ago whenever both these wrestlers debuted here at DCW. A lot more confidence on display between both of them.
Oh, absolutely. You know, both men have been working really hard. Both men have been out here competing on a regular basis, and both men have some pretty solid wins under their belt. And I think that, you know, their ability to stand toe-to-toe and get those victories really have helped their confidence over the last few weeks and few months.
Great ankle lock there from the kid, but Brian Baudelaire scratching and clawing his way to that bottom rope to get out of it, and right back to the ankle for the kid. Kid going to work on Brian Baudelaire now as gets Baudelaire back up to that vertical base. I think kid's thinking suplex, and he's got it, center of the ring. Kid comes over for the cover, hooks the outside leg, but just a 2. A great opening contest so far on this week's edition of DCW Synergy as both men back to their feet. Kid charges in, and huge splash in the corner to Baudelaire. Irish whip to the opposite side. Kid charging in, connects with the uppercut. Catches Baudelaire in another one of those suplexes, but Baudelaire looks like he's got this one scouted. Dropping that lower center of gravity. Tries to get him up, but gets rolled up and set inside cradle from the kid, and that's it!
The winner of this contest, the Kid!
Great wherewithal from the kid in this contest, and the come-from-behind victory. That great inside cradle to Brian Baudelaire, and Brian Baudelaire frustrated by that one. And we're going to be right back with more DCW action right after this break.